Shalom, 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 everyone. Give me 1 second, brothers and sisters. Give me 1 minute. Shalom. Okay, brothers and sisters, we're gonna get this lesson started. Again, I apologize for the delay. I still have trouble with this technology, but I just wanted to make sure it was working. I just got the thumbs up from my wife that everything seems to be working well. Again, shalom, 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 everyone. This is Deacon Edwin coming out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, King James Bible University. And I want to welcome every one of you as we fellowship today. First and foremost, we must always announce that we are not associated with any Christian groups, any Christian organizations, any Hebrew Israelite street camp groups, or camp organizations, or any of this confusion out here. And any of these people who eat from the tables of devils. We only eat from the table of YEHOVAH. So again, King James Bible University and the House of the Lost Sheep of Israel, and all that are under the umbrella are not associated with any camp groups, Christian groups, or any false doctrine, or anyone eating from the table of devils. All right? The lesson today is eat from the table prepared for us. Eat from the table prepared for us. Okay, brothers and sisters, this teaching was something that I wanted to bring out this week. It was on my heart to bring this teaching out, but today I was talking to a brother. One of the brothers in the body called me up, and he was facing some things, and I was just conversating with him, trying to comfort the brother and exhort the brother, and also give him counsel. But at the same time, Satan want to come and sift us all like wheat, and after I meditated on the whole situation, I said, man, wow, I feel like I failed my brother, because he called me while I was at work, and I was in the middle of some things. And then I started getting all these phone calls. So, I got one phone in one ear talking to him. I got another phone in another ear talking to somebody, pertaining to my work. And then I got people coming upstairs, coming to my desk, distracting me. So it's like, the counsel that I gave him, I feel like it was good counsel, but there was some scriptures that I wanted to share with him, and I told him, I said, my brother, I'm trying to multitask, but, those are attributes of a woman. A woman is really good with multitasking. I don't know many men. I know me, speaking for myself personally, I'm only good at doing one thing at a time. When you start asking me to do multiple things at once, I start making a bunch of mistakes. So, today, when the brother when he was on the phone with me, there was many things that I wanted to share with him, but I'm gonna bring him out tonight, and I'm also call that brother up, and make sure that he understands that all the counsel comes from the Most High. We do nothing of ourselves. Everything we do for the body come through YEHOVAH. So again, brothers and sisters, tonight the lesson is called "Eat from the Table Prepared for Us." And also, at the same time I'm talking to this brother, I had a sister that also had reached out, and I was communicating with this sister through text messaging. And there were some scriptures that I was able to share with that sister, because the distraction wasn't there. After I got off the phone with that brother, it seemed like all the distractions just went away. Like, it's crazy. When you meditate on certain things and you see how things are going, it all makes sense. Because this truth is something that we got to go grab hold to. It's not going to be an easy walk. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for those that doubt. It's not for those that are walking in fate, F-A-T-E, but those that have faith. You know, and in this truth, it requires great faith to hold on to this truth no matter the circumstances, no matter how tough things get in his flesh. You know, because this brother, he going through some of the things that I went through. He's younger than me, but he's not that young. But, you know, like me, when I did my time in jail and prison, whatever you want to call it, you know, when I was locked up, I was fortunate enough to get jobs through the system. So every time I came home, I had a job, you know, and that was how I learned my trades. I learned how to be a carpenter. I learned how to be a pipe fitter from the time that I spent locked up, you know. So I just want to encourage that brother, you know, there's always going to come these temptations where we want to take the easy way out to handle our situations that we seem to be so dire, that seem to be so important or so much of a burden to us, but it's really nothing when you think about it, because it's all the flesh. You know, all of this is a facade. We're in this matrix, you know, and we all got to stay steadfast in this truth no matter what comes our way. So I just want to encourage that brother. Like I said, I'll reach out to him, because it was just as I was sitting here trying to figure out how I want to bring this lesson out, my wife, she come up to me, she said, well, won't you just do your lesson randomly like you did the other night, you know, when I had to teach on a Monday to fill another spot. You know, I hadn't put my teaching together. I just did it on a whim. She was like, well, won't you just do this one on a whim? And I said, all right, well, I'll do that, you know. But at the same time, I was just thinking about that brother. And I know what he's going through because I've been there. You know, when you catch these felonies, when you got these charges on you, and you go to look for job, you looking for work and employment, nobody wants to give you a chance. You know, and I know what that's like, because I've lost my job before, and it was hard for me to get another one because of my record. It was hard for me to find work because of the things that I had done in my past. You know, a lot of people, when you got a record, a criminal record, that's what they judging you all for. It doesn't matter what you got in your heart. It doesn't matter if you want to change. Many people not going to look at you like that when they don't know you. They just going to basically view you and judge you based upon your past. And, you know, this is just something that we got to deal with. But, again, I just want to encourage that brother, don't try to look for the easy way out. Take the right way and approach the right approach, the righteous approach to everything. And that's through YEHOVAH, through our God, through this truth. So, brothers and sisters, I want to start tonight in Exodus 23, because we know we got the feast day coming up. So I want to start in Exodus 23. And Elder touched on this the other day, but I just wanted to touch on it as well. Let me see. Let's go to the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 23. Exodus chapter 23. We want to start at verse 14. And we'll take it to 17. It reads, 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days. We shall learn this knowledge, this pure doctrine until completion, as I commanded thee in the time appointed of the month of Abib. For in it thou camest out of the house of bondage, and none shall appear before me empty. None of us can come in the presence of the Most High empty. We must bring forth our increase. Verse 16, in the feast of the harvest, the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering. That ingathering is the tabernacles, which is the feast that we have coming up, which is in the end of the year. Because, you know, these heathens talking about it's New Year's coming up. Well, we don't operate under no Gregorian calendar. We don't operate through the customs of the heathens. We Hebrews, we operate through our custom, our traditions, our manner of life. And the feast of harvest, the feast of fruit of thy labors which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in a year all thy males shall appear before the Spirit of God. 3 times in a year, all us got to appear before the Creator, YEHOVAH. We all must appear, all males. So for you brothers in the body that don't find a way to make it to these feasts, you must do this. And understand, I have a lot of compassion, and I'm trying my best. No, I'm not trying. I'm doing my best, striving every day to walk humbly with our God. But we can't make no mistakes in this truth, brothers and sisters. The truth is the truth. If we break these commandments, if we don't hold to what YEHOVAH taught us, if we don't hold to what his pastors, his feeders have given us, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we're in a whole world of trouble. Our eternal resting place is going to be damnation. Our eternal resting place is going to be the lake of fire. That goes for any one of us if we don't hold to this truth 100%. So make no mistake. Don't take the kindness for weakness. Understand what I'm saying. I'm walking humbly with our God. But understand that we know the truth. If you don't hold to this book, if you don't hold to your customs as a Hebrew, you will face eternal damnation. This is the judgment for all when they give up the ghost that don't hold to this truth. Everybody, it doesn't matter who it is. Me, my mom, my wife, my brother, my sister, my mama, your family, your kinfolk, anybody, a stranger, anybody that don't hold to this truth 100%. When you give up the ghost, your eternal resting place is going to be damnation. So we got to find a way to do our best to walk in this truth 100%. Are we going to stumble? Are we going to fall? Absolutely. None of us are perfect. This is where mercy and grace come in at. But we can't take the mercy and the grace of the Most High and throw it at him in his face as if we don't have to obey and be servants. We must obey this truth. When we got these 3 feast days a year that all must appear before the Spirit of God at, they're spaced out about 4 months apart. So if you do the math, it's about $1,000 per person to come to these feast days. I'm just using this as an average. If you got to get round trip plane tickets, if you got to get your hotel and some food for those days, it's roughly about $1,000. And the more people that come, the cheaper it can be for you. Because if you got 4 people in one room, it gets cheaper. This is why we tell brothers and sisters, if you got room for a roommate, or if you need a roommate, to step up and say something. Because this will save you money. But you got 4 months to prepare for this. Every feast, you got 4 months. And nobody here can tell me that you can't find a way to come up with $75 a week for 16 weeks. It's no way you can tell me that. We know that some of our brothers and sisters are on fixed income. We know that some of the elderly only have a certain income that come in. We get that. But some of us brothers and sisters, we waste $75 a week easily on things that we ought not even be doing. So why is it we can't put $75 up a week to make sure that we come together every 4 months at these feast days as required of us? This ain't nothing that we just do for fun. This is a requirement. Not only do we enjoy the company and fellowship with one another, but we doing what our God has instructed us to do. But I just wanted to bring that out because it's just been on my heart to say something about that, because it's foolishness for us to live this life like heathens, for us to be taking up customs of this world, enjoying things in this world, and then expect to enjoy the things of the world to come. No, it's not going to happen. Eternal damnation is our resting place. We cannot eat from the cup of devils and from the cup of YEHOVAH. We have to decide, brothers and sisters, what's important to us. Is it important for you to go out every now and then and have a fancy meal? Is it important for you every now and then to go out and get you an outfit to try to look good in your flesh? Just doing things of the world and not making sure that you taking care of what we're supposed to take care of as Hebrews, as Israel, the servants of YEHOVAH. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 10. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 10. Matthew 10, we want verse 7. Matter of fact, yeah. Matthew 10 and 7. It says, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at power, brothers and sisters. You're not going to get it through the word. You got to get it through what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing these works through the power of the Most High, through the power of YEHOVAH that's been given to us. The ability, the will, the desire. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, brothers and sisters. We got to know this. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 4. Start at, let's see. Yeah, we start at verse 1. I'm not going to read this whole chapter, but we're going to read a few verses out of it. I know I want 1 through 5, and then we're going to jump down. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 1. Let a male or female, so account of us, comparing of the ministers of YEHOVAH and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. See, we have to be faithful in this truth. It's a requirement. We can't be faithful if we coming up with excuses not to attend these feast days. We can't be faithful if we can't discipline ourselves and restrain ourselves and fast from the things of this world to make sure we come to our feast days. But with me is a very small thing that I should be judged of you or of a man's judgment. Yea, I judge not my own self. I don't teach myself these things. They're taught by YEHOVAH through these feeders, through our elders, through our pastor, through our evangelists, through our deacons, through our brothers and sisters. We don't teach ourselves. For I know nothing by myself, yet am I not hereby justified. But he that judgeth me, he that teacheth me, is the Creator. Why? Because those vessels, those willing vessels that sacrifice themselves as a living established covenant where YEHOVAH dwell. Verse 5, for that reason, judge nothing before the time. Don't bring nothing forth before the time, brothers and sisters, until the Creator come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifested counsels of the hearts. And then shall every man have praise of the Creator. Let's jump down. Verse 7. It reads, for who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory, as if thou hadst not received it? We've all received this truth, brothers and sisters. We all have the same abilities. They all have the same, not the same abilities because all gifts are different. We all have the same opportunity, is what I wanted to say. We all have the same opportunity in this truth to be obedient servants, to do what is required of us, each and every one of us. We're not different from one of another. Not in that type of way. Yeah, we teach different. Everyone has different gifts. But when it comes to this truth and getting the kingdom, there's no difference between you and I or any brothers and sisters here. We all strive for the kingdom, but we have to do what's required of us. Verse 10. And 11. Matter of fact, I want 10 down to 13. It says, we are fools for YEHOVAH's sake, but we are wise in YEHOVAH. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. We don't worry about no things in this flesh. We trying to get that eternal glory. We trying to get that kingdom. In labor, working with our own hands, our own abilities, being reviled, we bless. We give the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's been given unto us. That's a requirement. We pay our tithes. Being persecuted, we suffer it. We allow it. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. Tell me that ain't the truth. They make Israel out to be the filth of the world. And some of us are turn around and grab hold to that slander, that lie. We're not the filth of the world. We're the children of the Most High. We're Israel. Verse 20. For the kingdom of God is not in word, but in power. It's not in word, but it's in power. We don't talk about it, we do it. This ain't something we just discussed. This is what we live every day of our life. Verse 21. What will ye? Shall I come unto you with a rod? Should I come unto you with a rod? The authority, or in love, or in that promise, and in the spirit of meekness. I'd rather come in the spirit of meekness. But we have to be mindful of what's required of us. We have to be mindful of the damnation that come upon any one of us that don't hold to this truth 100%. Let's go to Psalm 139. Psalm 139. Psalm 139. We're going to grab a couple of these verses. Verse 1 through 3. O Spirit of God, thou hast searched me and known me. The Most High know everything, brothers and sisters. Don't worry about anything in this world. He knows. All we got to do is seek ye the kingdom. Seek the kingdom, my brother. Don't worry about the things that you're going through. We all have been through some things. But when we put the Most High first, understand, all things will be added unto you. You don't have to worry about nothing. He going to take care of us. But we have to be steadfast in the truth. We have to be walking in faith, not fate. If you got one grain of doubt in your mind, the Most High is not going to take care of us. Keep that in mind. We cannot have any doubt when it comes to our God. You have to know. You have to trust in him. That's what faith is about. Trusting in him. Believing and having confidence that he's going to see you through everything that you're going through. Knowing that he holding our hand in all that we do. Verse 2, thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my land down, and art acquainted with all my ways. He knows everything, brothers and sisters. Why worry? Why worry? All we have to do is grab hold of this truth. He gonna make sure everything is good for us. Don't even put your mind on anything in this world. Always keep your mind on the kingdom. Verse 7 down to 10. It says, whither shall I go from thy spirit? Where am I going? I gotta remain. I gotta endure. I gotta grab hold of him. I gotta cleave unto him. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, remember, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. We don't have nothing to worry about, brothers and sisters. Not if you believe in this truth. Not if you got faith in your God. If you got faith in YEHOVAH, you don't have anything to worry about. Seek ye the kingdom. Let's jump down to verse 13 to 16. It reads, for thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. He possessed our spirit. He covered us in our mother's womb. We're going through it, brothers and sisters. It's painful. I get it. It's painful. But we got to endure. We got to remain steadfast. I understand it hurts sometimes. Yes, it does. But we have to overcome this flesh. We cannot allow this flesh to defeat us at any moment. Verse 14, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. None of us are perfect. But he knows. He orders our steps. He marks our paths. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written. This our records, brothers and sisters, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. Most High know all things before the beginning. He knows our hearts, brothers and sisters. He knows our substance. He knows what we made of. We got to grab hold of him. We can't go astray from him. There's nowhere to run to. There's nowhere to hide. Gird up thy loins and stand in the presence of our God. Verse 23 and 24. Search me, O my God, and know my heart. Know my mind. Know my will. Know my desires. He knows these things. But we got to be proven. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting. Self-examination, brothers and sisters. Supping with our God. Communion with him. Meditating. Always asking him to show us anything that's wrong with us so we can get rid of it. We got to get rid of the refuse before we get thrown away. We got to throw away the evil. We got to throw away the wickedness, the evil thoughts. All the workers of the flesh have to be disposed of and never to be brought back upon us again. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke chapter 12. Luke. Luke 12. We want verse 29. Start from 29. Start from 29. Let's see. Let me get rid of this. Luke 12, 29 down to 32. It says, and seek not ye what ye shall eat. One second. What's going on here? I don't know what that is. I'm still good, huh? All right. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. Luke chapter 12, verse 29 down to 33. No, I want to go down to 34. It reads, and seek not ye what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of a doubtful mind. Now we know we don't seek what we should learn, or what knowledge we should gain. Because why? This truth is here for us, brothers and sisters. It's here. But we also cannot seek things of this world. We can't be doubtful of our God providing for us anything that's essential, anything that we need, whether spiritual or carnal substance. He is going to make sure we good. All we got to do is put him first. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. It's his good pleasure. He want to give us the kingdom, but he can't alter his own words. He can't change. He can't lie. There's requirements. There's requirements, brothers and sisters. All males have to appear before him 3 times a year. You want the kingdom? Do what we got to do. Do what we told to do. It's his good pleasure to give us the kingdom. Verse 33, sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old. We got to get rid of that old flesh. It's got to be killed. We got to be born again. A treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Our treasure is up in the kingdom. Our treasure is up in this eternal life, that crown that we're going to receive. If we finish the race, if we endure unto the end, if we stay on the King's highway, if we stay on the right side of the plumb line. That's where our treasure's at. At the end of that walk, at the end of these trials, when we endure and hold fast into this word. That's what our desire should be. That's what our mind should stay fixated on. Not the troubles, not the woes that we going through in this weak flesh. Flesh always going to have issues. It don't matter. You can have all the money in the world. Flesh is going to always have issues. You could be poor. You could be rich. You're going to always have issues in the flesh. That's never going to change. There are people out here with multiple millions of dollars, and they miserable. They're miserable. They're tormented. They don't get no rest. They have no peace. Who cares about this flesh? No matter what state it's in, always seek ye the kingdom of God. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12. We'll grab 1 and 2, then we'll jump down. It says, for thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. For that reason chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend. We've been chastened. None of us have received what we should have been getting. I know I haven't. I can speak for myself. The Most High has not punished me according to the things that I have done against him. All the sins I have committed against him, he has not punished me for that. He has not given me what I deserve, but he chastened me little by little. He warned me and warns them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Creator. So my brothers and sisters, we've been chastened, we've been corrected. Why? So we can come into remembrance where we have sinned against him. So we can leave off of those things, leave off of those wicked things and believe on him. This is his purpose. This is the purpose of him correcting us, to bring us unto remembrance. Verse 9 and 10. It says, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the power of thy righteous in battle. The Most High has the ability to do all things. His knowledge is unlimited. His power is unlimited. He is the source of all. Not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the power of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts or with one rough word, but executing thy judgments upon them by little and little. Thou gavest them place of repentance, gave us this time of remembrance. He gave us this body to come unto remembrance in. That's what this vessel's for. This vessel's for us to come unto remembrance of the sins that we committed against our God. Not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed. Some of us just not going to get it. Some of us refuse to wake up. Some of us actually enjoy remaining being asleep. Jump down to 15, down to 19. Some of our people take pleasure in being spiritually dead. Take pleasure in being separated from our God. But they better know their eternal resting place is going to be damnation. Their eternal resting place is going to be the lake of fire. Verse 15. For so much then as comparing thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously. The Most High can't be unrighteous. He's a just God. And all his works are true. Thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that have not deserved to be punished. Think about some of our ancestors. Look at Joseph. Look at Daniel. They went in captivity too. But the Most High used them. He didn't punish them. Why? They didn't deserve to be punished. Not like me. For thy power is the beginning of righteousness. And because thou art the creator of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. For when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. See, I know these things now. The Most High gave me time to come unto remembrance. I know who got all the power. I know where my strength come from. I know who holdeth my hands. I know who treadeth my paths, who compasseth me. It's him. But thou, mastering thy power, judgest with equity, and orderest us with great favor. For thou mayest use power when thou wilt. Verse 19. But by such works hast thou taught thy people that the just man should be merciful, and hast made thy children to be of a good hope, that thou givest repentance for sins. He gave us that opportunity, brothers and sisters, to come unto remembrance. We got to remember this. We got to turn from our evil ways. We got to turn from anything that's sinful against him. We got to cleave unto him and walk in his truth steadfastly and diligently. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, 19. You always got to keep this in mind. As for the ungodly, wrath came upon them without mercy unto the end. For he knew before what they would do. Full thought. The Most High know all things. He knows our hearts. This is why we can never be doubtful. This is why we can never turn away from him. We must draw nigh unto our God. You can't run. Where you going? Everywhere you go, he right there. He filleth all things. There ain't no escape. Let's go to Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Spirit of God are in every place. The understanding of the Spirit of God is in every place. Behold, remembering the evil and the good. There ain't nowhere to run. There ain't nowhere to run, brothers and sisters. This is why we got to turn from our ungodly ways. This is why we got to draw nigh unto him and walk in his truth and do everything, and I mean everything that's required of us. You know, it don't make sense for us as we live in this world, in this flesh. We're mindful of things that we got to do throughout our day in this flesh, but we soon forget that we must hold to the ways of our God as Hebrews, as Israel. Let's go to Isaiah 46. We gotta decide, brothers and sisters. What do we want? Do we want the kingdom, or do we want temporary possessions that come to naught? This is the things that we gotta ask ourselves every day as we walk in this truth. We gotta know what we want. We gotta know what we desire, because he already know. He already know, brothers and sisters. Isaiah 46, verse 3 and 4. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly. All of us are brought forth of the Spirit. All of us who hold to this truth have been brought forth through that knowledge and that Spirit, which are carried from the womb, and even to your old age I am he. And even to the whore house will I carry you. I have made, and I will bear. He bring us forth. He established us. He fashioned us. Even I will carry and will deliver you. Boy, we going through them birth pains right now. Well, just remember, when you come through that narrow passage, who right there holding you? It's the Most High. He gonna deliver us. He gonna bring us through this narrow passage. He gonna bring us through this matrix. Think about the days, for you men who have had children. When that baby coming out that womb and you right there ready to grab him and catch him. Now understand, this the Most High. He waiting to catch us coming out of this matrix. He gonna carry us. He gonna deliver us. He the one that made us. He the one that's gonna bring us forth. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4. Let's grab 12 and 13. It reads, "For the word of our God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." See, we cannot fool our God. His word is too powerful. We can never think that we're going to pull a fast one on the Most High. He knows all our intents of our thoughts. He knows what we're desiring at all times. This is why we got to meditate. This is the whole purpose of being born again, brothers and sisters. Coming out of that womb and understanding where our instructions come from. Train a child in the way that he should go, and he should never depart from those things. We've been trained up through these instructions of the Most High. Our Father, He teaches us. He's a discerner of our every thought, every intent of our mind right now. He knows. He's already been where we going. Verse 13, "Neither is there any creature that is not manifested in his sight." Everything is revealed unto him. All are naked before the Most High. But all things are naked and open unto the eyes, the understandings of him with whom we have to do. Brothers and sisters, we got to always know this. In this walk, we must know this. Don't ever allow that flesh, no matter what it's going through, to separate you from the love of the Most High. That promise. That covenant. That spirit. Don't ever let anything separate you from that. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 13. Sirach. Chapter 13, 15 down to 19. Down to 19. Remember, he knows our thoughts. He knows every intent of our heart. Sirach, chapter 13, verse 15 down to 19. "Every beast loveth his like, and every male or female loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like." We got to understand. What do we really desire in this world? Do we desire the things of this world or the world to come? What do we cleave to? We're supposed to cleave unto the Most High. We're supposed to cleave unto YEHOVAH. The spirit that he gave us to save us from this flesh. But flesh consorteth according to kind. What fellowship had the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. We got to be separate, brothers and sisters. We supposed to be holy, a peculiar treasure unto the Most High, not mixing and mingling with amongst the people of this world. You know, I just heard a brother do a teaching talking about that place they call Las Vegas. You know, and I'm not sitting here throwing no stones at anybody. Believe me, I don't live in a glass house. You can throw all the stones you want at me. I can guarantee you, this ain't no glass house here. But I never been in Las Vegas. I never thought, not once in my mind, to go to a place that's called Sin City. That's just me. Never crossed my mind. What fellowship had the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. What agreement is there between a hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? Comparing the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness. So the rich eat up the poor. That's the only thing that can happen in a place like that. The rich gonna eat you alive. Gonna eat you alive. People go in places like that with a pipe dream like they gonna come out on top. It's designed for you to lose. How can you win in this world? You already lost. I heard my brother, my elder, teaching about his mom was gambling. You know, my wife was sitting here saying she know exactly what he talking about. She knew exactly what he was talking about. She grew up the same way. They turn the water off. But you gonna play them numbers. Our people, man, don't we understand? The rich eat up the poor. It's designed this way. You a loser in this world. And we gotta understand that. Where our win gonna come from. When we brought forth unto the Most High. When he deliver us. Only will we win. Only will we get the crown. Everything in this world is a loss to you. It's a loss to me. We'll never win in this world. Our victory cometh in eternal life. Not this temporal flesh. Pleasing things of weakness, lust, and temptations. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 2. Sirach, chapter 2. We want verse 1 down to 8. It reads, "My son, my servant, if thou come to serve the Creator, prepare thy soul for temptation." It's temptations everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere we look, there are temptations for this flesh. But we got to always remember. We always remember. In order to conceive anything, you got to have two. Not only is the temptation there, but that lust must be there to conceive that sin. My servants, if thou come to serve the Creator, prepare thy soul for temptations. Understand that you got to be prepared that the temptations are going to come. Satan come to sift us like wheat. Set thy heart aright. Set your desires aright. Set your will aright. Set your mind aright. And constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him. We cleave unto the Most High. We cleave unto YEHOVAH. We don't cleave unto flesh. And depart not away. Where are we going to go from that spirit? Everywhere we try to run, he going to be there. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. That's when we going to win. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. These are things I wanted to express to my brother, but I was being distracted. Satan wanted to sift this brother like wheat. Brother, take this pain that you're going through in this flesh on cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. You got to trust in him. He going to help you. He going to help me. But we got to believe in him. We got to have faith in YEHOVAH. We got to order our way aright and trust 100% in him. Not 99.9. That 0.1% is going to cause us to be destroyed. It's going to cause us to die. Ye that fear, ye that desire the Creator, wait for his mercy, and go not aside and fear ye fall. Ye that desire the Creator, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. That crown is right there. All we got to do is endure and reach it. It's coming in the end, brothers and sisters. Trust me. Don't believe in none of this garbage you see. It's all distractions. Satan come to sift us like wheat. He got all these distractions coming to us. All these temptations coming towards us. Even that struggle you have in your flesh is a temptation. Because you're going to lust for a way in this world to get through instead of holding on to your God. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. Brother's been harping on this all week. We're going to bring it out anyway. 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. We know what's in store for us, brothers and sisters. We know what's in store for us, but we sin against our God. We sin against the Most High. And we gotta go through this. We gotta go through this struggle. But the reward is there. The crown is waiting on us. It's right there. It's waiting on every one of us. All we gotta do is do what's required of us. It's right there waiting on us, brothers and sisters. We gotta endure. We gotta be patient. We gotta be vigilant. We gotta be valiant in this truth. Be strong and courageous. Don't doubt our God. Don't ever doubt YEHOVAH. You're going to lose. Understand, this world is set up for us to lose in it. We can never win in this carnal world, brothers and sisters, not spiritual beings. How can a spiritual being win in a carnal world? It's going to end. Second Esdras chapter 7, verse 3 down to 10. And I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place that it might be deep and great. There's many depths to this knowledge, brothers and sisters. But we got to learn, we got to understand what we're going through and why. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like the entrance were narrow and like a river. We got to observe that. We got to see this clearly. That entrance is narrow and like a river, flowing knowledge. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. You got to understand, brothers and sisters. The Most High is the source. He's our source. But we got to go through this narrow to get to him. YEHOVAH's taking us through this small passage. He guiding us all the way through this. All we got to do is trust in him. All we got to do is cleave unto him. He going to guide us through this narrow passage to take us to the Father. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. We can never rise up in this flesh. We can never win here. The moment we got in this matrix, this flesh already lost. Understand that. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like comparing, providing there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water. Brothers and sisters, listen. The invisible things in him are clearly seen, being understood. We understand, brothers and sisters. We learning through this creation. But as we learn, we have to observe things and function as the things that he made them to function as. You know, I look at these animals. I think about these animals and I think about these plants, these trees, everything that the Most High has made. And when you understand the function that he gave these things, they don't alter it. That's what we got to learn. We can't alter what he created us to be. We're his servants. It says, verse 8 again, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a male or female, for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? He want to give every one of us the kingdom. But we got to make it through this narrow path. But we got to remember YEHOVAH is leading us. We can't lead ourselves through this narrow path because there's fire on one hand and there's water on another, deep water on another. It's only through him. And I said, it is so. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. That's our portion, brothers and sisters. You see this messenger, what he told Ezra. Ezra said, it is so. It is so, teacher. It is so, messenger. It's Israel's portion. These are words of our God. Fed to him by a man of his own heart. And these same truths have been fed to every one of us. It's our portion, Israel. You can't win in this world. Stop trying to win here. Just pass through. And keep your mind on the Most High. Don't try to win in this world. We already lost. Let's go back to chapter 3, 2nd Ezra, chapter 3. Let's see. 2nd Ezra, chapter 3. What verse I wanted? Second Ezra chapter 3, verse 34 down to 36. That's what I want. It reads, weigh thou for that reason our wickedness now in the balance. And there's also that dwell the world. And so shall thy way nowhere be found but in Israel. The way of YEHOVAH is only found in Israel. You can search everywhere in this world. Only Israel will you find the way of the Spirit of God. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? This ain't our resting place. Our resting place is a celestial body, not a terrestrial body. An incorruptible body, not a corruptible body. A heavenly body, not an earthly body. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by way have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. We got to keep these precepts. We Israel. We don't dwell upon this earth. This ain't our resting place. We came unto remembrance. We keep the commandments. We keep the charge. Diligently. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2. 2nd Ezra chapter 2. Verse 34 and 35. It reads, and for that reason I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand. That was us. We was heathens. But we heard and we understand. Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest. This ain't our resting place. Our resting place is in the world to come. That uncorruptible place. That heavenly place. Look for your shepherd. Look for YEHOVAH. He shall give you everlasting rest. For he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Boy, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for that reward. He want to give it to every one of us. But we must endure. We must go through this pain. We must go through this suffering. That's what that birth is all about. Going through that narrow passage. That spirit is groaning for us. It's moaning. And it's going through that pain for every one of us who holds in this truth. Let's go to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. We want 24 and 25. Romans 8. Matter of fact, we'll read 24. We'll read 24 down to 30. It reads, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. You see people, they hoping the things in this world. They see the bright lights. They see the glamour, the glitz. All these distractions. Satan coming to sift us like wheat, brothers and sisters. They try to trap you. You like a mosquito attracted to a light. Guess what? Mosquitoes end up dead on people lenses on their lights. Let's not be idiots. Let's not be stupid, brothers and sisters. Don't be attracted to no glamour and glitz and lights of this world. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for it? But if we hope for that we see not, then do it with patience. Wait for it. We waiting for this birth to be delivered of the Most High. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that promise the Most High. All things work to the good to them that promise the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. I ain't been called for no purpose on this earth. All I got to do is go through it. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his servant, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. That's that crown. That's being delivered by him through this narrow passage. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. Let's get 14 down to 19. 14 down to 19. It reads, "Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men." We don't go that route. We take that narrow passage. We go the painful route. We go the suffering unto death route. That path for the wicked, that wide and broad way, yeah, it feel like it's easy to that flesh, but wait till that spirit get rewarded for it. They wish they never entered that route. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their rest is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they learn the doctrine of wickedness and drank the wine of violence. But the path of the just is comparing the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. Completion. The way of the wicked is comparing darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They don't know what they stumbling at, because all they understanding is ignorance. All their ways is foolishness, stupidity. We can't go that way. We can't enter into that path. We got the path that he set for Israel, brothers and sisters. Let's go to James, chapter 1. James, chapter 1 as we wind down. James, chapter 1, verse 12 down to 16. It reads, "Blessed, wisdom is given, is the male or female that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Creator hath promised to them that promise him." We promise. All of us have said amen. Our forefathers promised them. We promised. We promised to uphold his covenant, to walk in his truth, to grab hold of his spirit, never leave it, never turn from it. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Creator. For the Creator cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man, any male or female. But every male or female is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. There you see, anytime something conceived, it's going to take more than one. Not only is it going to take that temptation, but that temptation also is going to be mixed in with that lust. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. No matter what we're going through in this world, understand the path that's been set by the Most High for us. It's a painful walk. Ain't nothing easy about it. That's why many fall away. That's why many take detours and try to find the easy route. They rather go through the world in darkness than through light. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it finish, bringeth forth death. That eternal separation awaits all that take the path for the wicked. Do not err, my beloved brethren. Do not err. Do not err from this truth. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. We want 23 down to 30. It reads, "For I have received of the Creator that which also I deliver unto you." That's what we do here at King James Bible University in the House of the Lost Sheep of Israel. We only give what we receive from the Creator. Nothing of this world. That the Creator, YEHOVAH, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread, took that understanding, took that knowledge. And when he had given thanks, he brake it. He sanctified it and said, "Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you." We got to carry that cross. We got to suffer unto death. The example been given to us. Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, "This cup is the New Testament in my life," in his lifestyle. That's what every one of these cups around here is supposed to be like. Every one of us must walk in this way. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. We show through this vessel why the Most High sent that Spirit to us, why YEHOVAH came unto us to save us from this flesh, to deliver us through this wound. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread, whoever learned this truth, and have knowledge of this cup of the Creator, unworthily, shall be guilty of the body and the lifestyle of the Creator. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. We got to understand what this vessel's for, brothers and sisters. It's to come unto remembrance until he come. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Creator's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many still sleep. Many want to be asleep. Want to take that dark path, the path of the wicked. Let's go to, let's see, what time is it? Let's see. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Yeah, let's go to Deuteronomy 15. Deuteronomy 15. Deuteronomy 15. We want to see chapter 5 down to 8. It says, only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of the Spirit of God thy guide, to observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day. We've been commanded to do all these commandments. All of them. Even if you poor, even if you have a little, give that little. For all the brothers out here that ain't teaching, for all the brothers that don't make it to the feast days that's required of us. Do all these commandments which commanded us. For the Spirit of God thy God bless of thee. He give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Comparing, he promised thee. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow. We don't want nothing from this world. And thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee. YEHOVAH our God, he rules and reigns over us. We his footstool. Providing there be among you a poor man or one of thy brethren, one of our equals, within any of thy gates in the land which the Spirit of God thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thine hand, thine abilities, thy power from thy poor brother. But thou shalt open thine power, thine ability wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need and that which he wanteth. Brothers and sisters, we got to want this truth. You got to want it. You got to want it. Ask and ye shall receive. You got to want it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 7. We'll close out with that. Matthew chapter 7. Let's see, Matthew 7. We want 7 and 8. It reads, ask, and it shall be given you. Full thought, brothers and sisters, let me tell you. I lost my brother 8 years ago. My brother passed away. You know, and that's what really triggered me to start seeking this truth. And the Most High called me long ago when I was about 19, but I ran Guess what? When I ran to hell, he was right there. You can't hide from him. We cannot hide from him. Anywhere we go, he right there. Ask and it shall be given you. I asked the Most High for 7 years after my brother passed for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because my brother, he was asleep all his life. He never woke up. He never woke up to this truth. But I used to say to myself, my brother was never the evil person that I was. My brother was never as wicked as I was. Why did the Most High take him out? Why was his life cut so short? That was what hit me when I lost him. Because if you looked at him outwardly, you would see him as a lamb. You would have seen him as a blameless person who's never done anything wrong to anybody. Never got in trouble. Never disobeyed my mother or my father. Always did what he was told to do. But he never woke up to this truth. Ask and it shall be given you. 7 years I asked the Most High for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And he gave it to me. Through my pastor, through my elders, my evangelists, my deacons, my brothers and my sisters here at King James Bible University in the house of the Lost Sheep of Israel. I asked and he gave it to me. See, I had to wait though. I had to be patient. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Verse 12. For that reason, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law, the doctrines and teachings of YEHOVAH, and the prophets, his mouthpieces. Brothers and sisters, I hope someone was edified tonight. Brothers and sisters, again, no matter what we're going through, understand, we already lost in this world, brothers and sisters. We just passing through. We're waiting to be delivered of YEHOVAH. We're waiting for him to come. We're waiting for him. And nothing else in this world, brothers and sisters. Our crown cometh at the end. Then we get the victory. We already lost in this flesh, brothers and sisters. But brothers and sisters, until we fellowship again, I want to say shalom. Shalom, everyone.